failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing will have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this Sunday night. Feeling all right, out of sight. What is good, folks? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun, so just get settled back with your cocktail, your fresh juice, or some tea, or something in between, because we are about to get down to it. Boppers, who do we got in the chat? So far tonight, we've got the 7-1, we've got Zaxi, we've got Diamond Hands Freddy, we got the Zombie Doge Army, we've got Alan Schneider, Hunter Wayne, Corey E, good to see you. Hector the Dude, of course, can't have a stream without Hector the Dude. Nick Parmy, Mike Tracy, Tony C, Slay Blaze, Comet DeLuffy. Who else am I leaving behind? Oh, Jason Huffman, of course. Good to see you, the Golden Greaser. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Me and you, Donna Tabuki. Awesome. What a great crew we've got up in here tonight. We may not be the biggest community, but we are certainly the best. No doubt about it, folks. No doubt about it. Starting things off nicely is a $10 super chat from Jason Huffman. Missed y'all. How's it going? We are going to win. Quoting me. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. I can only assume you've been busy out on the road doing what you do, Jason. So good to have you back in the mix. If you haven't already hit that like button, if you could just take a quick moment to do that. It's the number one thing you can do to help the channel out. Hugely appreciate it. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's so awesome to have you guys with us tonight. Indeed. So please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you along with us for this ascension to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. Lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's obviously hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. It's frankly what allows me to stream almost every night of the week and put the time needed for that. Christopher James, Doge Scotland. Awesome. Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys in the mix. You know, I just downloaded this extension app on my computer browser. I personally usually use Firefox, where all of a sudden you can see all the thumbs downs on every YouTube video. And it's brought it back. I feel weird without the thumbs down in there. I just can't get used to it, right? I can't get used to it. So, yeah, I just downloaded a quick extension there, and now it brought it back. Folks. Highly recommend. Zombie Doge Army coming in with a membership for 7 months. Time flies when we're having fun. My goodness. Has it been 7 months already, Zombie Doge Army? Thank you so much for the continued support. And just being awesome and being a part of what we've got going on here. So has it been another month already? Wow. Say that backwards. Wow. That's what you get, folks. That's what you get. All right. Yeah, they got some interesting stuff to go over tonight. A little bit of a slow news day. I'm not going to lie. A little bit of a slow news day in crypto world and even in NFT world. But still plenty to talk about. So we're going to probably venture a little bit outside and cover some fun stuff outside of crypto as well tonight. So we'll have a good time. Top of the news I've got tonight that I wanted to cover is courtesy of CoinDesk. U.S. inflation jumps 39-year high. Let me read that one more time. U.S. inflation jumps to a near 40-year high, almost 7% in November, as into December as Bitcoin falls. Prices for Bitcoin seen in a growing number of investors as a hedge against inflation jumped 2% after the CPI report from the U.S. Department of Labor Bureau of Statistics. The U.S. Department of Labor and Consumer Price Index, closely tracked by Bitcoin traders due to the cryptocurrency's use by some investors as a hedge against inflation, has risen to its highest since the early 1980s. The CPI for all items rose nearly 7% in a 12 months through November, the highest since May of 82, when it was 7%. The cost of living increase was in line with the average forecast, economists at in a Reuters survey, but it marked a sharper increase from November's 6% print. I won't bore you with all the rest of the details on this, but the bottom line is there is a direct correlation between the inflation rates that we're getting hit here in America with the decrease in market value for Bitcoin, which consequentially is affecting the entire market since, you know, whether we like it or not, folks, we are in still a Bitcoin dominant market. So where Bitcoin goes is, for the most part, where the rest of the market goes, with a few notable exceptions. I'm going to talk about a few of those exceptions are tonight as well. But man, what's going on with this? The U.S. inflation at a 40-year high. I'm sure people, I don't want to get too political by any means, but if you think about it long enough, I'm sure we can point to a couple obvious factors there. But yeah, this has a direct impact. Now, here's the thing that remains to be seen. I don't think I couldn't find enough data because this is a 40-year high. I couldn't find enough data to look back and see any historical references for this in terms of how this is going to impact the crypto market going forward, more in the long term. Now, to give you guys some reassurance, we could be looking at a fairly probable scenario in which everybody starts readjusting to this massive inflation rate, right? Where it's not so shocking anymore, where it's kind of into an acceptable level of depression. You just gotta laugh about this stuff, folks. In relation to the U.S. inflation rate, in the event it doesn't turn around anytime soon, the silver lining to something like that is markets eventually restabilize, and the shock aspect wears off, and then things stabilize and things start moving again. I'm not saying they would be moving as bullishly with much lower inflation rates, but I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Angela DeLuca, welcome. Corey E, welcome. Good to see you. Frank, good to see you. Who else? I don't want to leave anyone behind, but I think Mama Crypto, of course. I think I got to everyone that's active in the chat at this time. And if I haven't given you a shout out yet, well, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Start chatting it up. Anyway. Yep, roger that. So, Jason says, driving, can't live chat. However, increasingly lessening. Oops. That was a rumple strip. Careful out there when you're driving and streaming, folks. I don't want anybody to get into an accident while you're listening to your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, out on the freeway. You know, that is one of my favorite pastimes, actually, as well. And it's the only reason why I've ever paid for the YouTube Premium, because you can close out the YouTube app, minimize it, rather, and keep the audio going. But one of my favorite things to do is when you're in one of those commutes, whether I'm visiting my parents, it's like about an hour drive for me living in the city, and things like this. When you're on those commutes, I like to get one of my favorite live streams on, one of my favorite YouTube content creators on, and I just like to stream it over my speaker system in my Jeep and just put the cruise control on. Helps the time go by really nicely, doesn't it? I think the last time I did that was with a Living with Lucy live stream. You know what? Maybe I should try to, you know how I dressed up as Crypto Batman one night? Maybe I should dress up, maybe I should do a YouTube short as impersonating Living with Lucy. How about that, guys? Actually, I think I might do that. Alvin in the mix says, hello, Steven, how you been? Pretty decent, my friend, all things considered. Good to have you in the mix. But yeah, maybe I'll do that. Hi, this is, I don't even know, I shouldn't even attempt an impression of her until I really start kind of practicing it in my mind and on my own. But I guess my first instinct, I think if I had to impersonate Lucy, it'd be something like, hi, this is Living, welcome to another episode of Living with Lucy. It'd be something like that. I gotta work on it. Oh, no problem. Angela's like, I don't have money for membership anymore. No problem. I know how life gets. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta tighten those purse strings. I get it. Anyway, let's go to the next story, shall we? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis proposes letting businesses pay state fees with cryptocurrencies. Yes, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis proposed letting businesses pay their state fees with crypto. In his new budget plan, he also suggested exploring ways to use blockchain technology for car titles and Medicaid payments. That's actually pretty revolutionary. Let me read that one more time, what he's exploring doing. He also suggested exploring ways to use blockchain technology for both car titles and Medicaid payments. To me, this is a no-brainer. I like the direction that he's going in. It makes perfect sense, particularly when we're talking about things like car titles. Of course, these kinds of things should be on the blockchain. I think it really streamline the process very, very efficiently. He said he wants the state government to be very crypto-friendly. Ron DeSantis proposed letting businesses pay state fees with crypto. The governor announced the idea in his newest budget proposal released on Friday. In his Freedom First budget, Freedom First. Kind of a cheesy name, but whatever. It kind of reminds me of back in the day when the United States was embattled in engagements in the Middle East at that time, most notably the Iraq War. They changed the name of French fries in the White House cafeteria temporarily because the French refused to go to help us out in the Iraq war venture, which in hindsight was probably very smart on their behalf. But they changed the name of French fries to Freedom Fries. Freedom Fries. It's just so okay. Anyway, you're going to get a lot of tangents from me tonight, folks. In his Freedom First budget, I gotta say it like the first George Bush would say it. In his Freedom First budget, DeSantis suggested providing $200,000 to the state's financial services department in order to give them the ability to accept state fees from Florida corporations with cryptocurrency. He also proposed, get this, gang, allocating another $500,000 to exploring the use of blockchain technology to maintain and provide motor vehicle titles and authenticate Medicaid transactions. This is great. This looks very bullish. On top of that, cryptocurrency called Miami Coin, which we covered in the past, has even been introduced in hopes of generating enough revenue. This is great. What I love about this is the mayor of Miami is a Democrat and the governor of Florida is a Republican, and they are both working together to ensure that Florida becomes very crypto compliant, becomes a very crypto friendly state. This is the kind of work we like to see done. This is the kind of progress we like to see moving along here. We've only just begun to scratch the surface on the upsides of employing blockchain technology to these various sectors in terms of how it's going to affect us and make our lives more simple and more efficient. Comment to Luffy coming in with a $2 make you holler with a lemon head superhero. Appreciate that comment to Luffy. Alrighty. In the words of what was that? The First Ace Ventura. Alrighty then. The First Ace Ventura is really pretty epic, guys. It's really pretty good. It holds up the test of time. Does anybody remember the woman that he helped recover her poodle, and then she, rewarded him in her own way in her kitchen? She was a bit of a smoke show, if I don't say so myself, as I recall from my young mind at the time. Next story, guys, coming courtesy of CoinDesk again. India Prime Minister suffers another Twitter hack. Get this story. This is a wild one. Fake tweets sent promising Bitcoins to all Indians. Yes, the attack followed one in the fall of 2020, and it was part of a widespread hack used to trick social media users to send cryptocurrency to the attackers. Oh my gosh. The Twitter account of India Prime Minister Narendra Modi was briefly hacked early this morning. The second such attack on the account to the link to the Prime Minister over a year ago. What's really funny about this, it said, so somebody hacked his Twitter account, the Prime Minister of India, and they tweeted this out this morning. Now just imagine if our president tweeted this out this morning. This is wild. So the hacker got into account and they tweeted this out under his account this morning. India has officially adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. The government has officially bought 500 Bitcoins and is distributing them throughout all residents of the country. Hurry up and go to this site. Now, what's very unfortunate about this, I assume the site that was linked within this tweet is a scammy situation. So hopefully, man, if that came from the official PM's account, probably a lot of people got taken for that, man. Probably a lot of people got taken. They probably asked for credit card information, all that sort of nonsense. Let's see. Some guys talking about Bugattis. Mama Crypto in the mix. Diamond Hands Freddy. I think I gave you a shout out already. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I got everyone covered. Anyway. So that is wild, wild stuff. Now, the follow-up tweet was this, folks. The Twitter handle of the PM was briefly compromised. The matter was escalated to Twitter, and the account has been immediately secured. In the brief period that the account was compromised, any tweet shared must be ignored. Okay, great, but what sort of password? What sort of password is he using? India Prime Minister, India PM. I mean, what's going on over there? If you're one of the leaders of a major nation on this planet, you better have a really good password. You better really have a good password, and you better have some good software. And actually, what's ironic about this is the Indian government has been considering seriously regulating cryptocurrencies. With some prominent officials, they're calling for an all-out ban, right? So, if the hacker is pro-crypto, it was perhaps not the best way to gain sympathy. But now that I think about it, I think it was probably a troll attempt against the leadership of India over them threatening to ban cryptocurrency, essentially. If I had to speculate, folks. So anyway, kind of interesting stuff. Esteban is in the mix. What is up? Next story, interesting one I've got in the thumbnail tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get down to it, boppers. I think a pretty good article was written about this, kind of touching on it anyway. Courtesy of Cointelegraph by Ben Caslin. A letter to Zuckerberg. The metaverse is not what you think it is. Facebook changing its name to Meta will likely have a huge repercussion on the narrative of the metaverse as a whole. The last few years certainly must not have been easy. Your business model is centered around polarization and subsequently outrage has ironically unified many of us relying too much of your social media platform, your government, whose rightful accuracy you know all too well, as they took out your ill-conceived stablecoin project shortly after your expensive global advertising campaign went live, has tuned in many whistleblowers exposing how your company keeps and sells attention. and it called you in for questioning. So it's basically going over the topsy-turvy year that Mark Zuckerberg has had, and boy, has he been in the hot seat. Boy, has he been in the hot seat. But I've got to say, folks, it's not like it hasn't been deserved. It's not like it hasn't been well-deserved. Mark Zuckerberg kind of reminds me of that evil genius in so many graphic novels and movie adaptions, when the superhero finally gets to have a serious talk one-on-one with him while they're having the final square off or face off, and the evil genius explains his logic of why he's been doing what he's doing, and it usually involves something like, "Can't you see? I may be a dictator, I may be an authoritarian, but it's for everyone's own good. And if I can just make the world in my image, everybody will be better off for it. Can't you see?" It's always something like that. Or it used to be anyway. But the way franchises like Marvel, etc., have been evolving into absolute just ridiculousness, I would imagine that those kind of plot lines are probably going to more go by the wayside. You know, ones that exhibit good versus evil and common sense. So, but that's kind of what he reminds me of. It's kind of what Zuckerberg reminds me of. Anyway, let me get back to the article here. It has called you in for questioning. Although, to be fair, they also needed to speak with you to better understand the basics of digital ad revenue. Understanding the metaverse, there's no ultimate definition of the metaverse yet. And this is what we got to figure out, guys. And this is a simple question that most people haven't even pondered. I see all these Twitter spaces, I see all these videos, I see everyone talking about the metaverse. And everyone's kind of operating under this assumed air that we all even know what that is yet. I mean, we vaguely know what it is. It's a virtual world that you build out. That's now involving property and different projects within it, sure. But other than that, it's a very ill-defined thing. It's a work in progress each and every day. Nobody really knows what the metaverse quite is yet, outside of it being this interconnected experimental, 3D virtual world. Anyway, getting back to this article here. While most of the adjectives in the definition are subject to debate and interpretation, one in particular stands out and is perhaps the most aligned with what we're building in Cryptoland, user-owned. In the metaverse, we are constructing projects like Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, Alice, Star Atlas, and Rev Racing. Rev Racing! Ladies and gentlemen, Rev Racing! It is the users that ultimately own the content, as in-game NFT assets. The idea that everyone has equal access to this means production, in-game economics, and consumption rooted in verifiable ownership of digital assets. Let me fast forward a little bit here. So basically what's going on is the metaverse, and what this author makes, I think, is a very keen observation, and one that I was having a feeling about as well. When you look at the metaverse and how rapidly it's evolving in other aspects, Zuckerberg is arguably pretty behind the curve, and he doesn't even quite know where it's going. I don't have a lot of faith in him at this juncture in it. Can he turn the ship around and get ahead of the curve on it? Certainly can. But he has many challenges up against him before we do this. Furthermore, I don't know if any of you have been seeing the previews that have been coming out on Mark Zuckerberg's Meta platform. To me, it's just a bit underwhelming. I mean, it's okay. You basically have like a really generic looking avatar that looks very akin to whatever the emoji character you make of yourself on Snapchat, whatever they call that thing is. Except you're only like from the waist up. You don't even have legs. There's no legs in Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. you're from the waist up, just going around like this with an Oculus on, and you occasionally like high five someone, another avatar. I mean, I'm not saying that this isn't going to look. I'm not saying that this is going to be not going to be wildly successful, but I think it's a very dangerous from an investor standpoint, particularly, to assume that this is a foregone conclusion, wild success. We don't know that. And when you look at most of the people that use Facebook right now, it's not us, folks. It's not people younger. I mean, I'm even an old cat. I'm one of the older people in this scene, and I don't even use Facebook. Let alone, or very often anyway, let alone people younger than me use it even less. The majority of people, and there's actually data to correspond with this, but increasingly, the demographic of people that use Facebook on a regular basis are older. They're usually our parents and our grandparents, etc. And now you're asking them to convert to a metaverse, buy a headset, and get involved. I don't know. Now, if there's integration built in this metaverse with Instagram, I guess I could see it how that would draw more people, younger persuasion. But this isn't a foregone conclusion, guys. This isn't a foregone conclusion. So when you see everyone just talking about the metaverse like this is for sure the next big thing that's taking over the frickin' world, I just don't buy it. Now, I have more of a moderate view. I'm not saying that it's not going to, the metaverse in general I'm talking about now, that it's not going to increase in popularity and increase in use and integration to our everyday lives. I do certainly think that's going to be the case, but I'm not sold that this is going to be where people are going to be hanging out, living. There's actually something pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? There's actually a certain freedom. For example, if I'm like checking out what's on Twitter on my phone. By the way, this is the iPhone 13 mini. They're not sponsored, but I love this. Is the best phone I've ever had. I like it because I can easily navigate it with one hand. I don't like the big, huge phones where I have to use both hands on it at all times to function it. My point is, I like being able to just pop on Twitter or another social media platform. Sometimes I'll check into like Minds or Odyssey, other stuff like this. But like, I'll just pop in, I'll scroll around, I'll maybe tweet something out, comment. I don't want to have to be super involved where I have to put on a whole freaking contraption and like gloves and all this stuff. I like being able to watch my movie in the real world, not in a virtual world, or be multitasking on my computer, getting work done, and then tweeting something out and responding to a few people, responding to a DM. To me, being involved in the metaverse for hours on end on a daily basis is way too big of a commitment. Way too big of a commitment. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think about all this? What do you think about all this? Anyway, but I'm not saying that, again, to be clear, I'm excited about the metaverse. I'm excited about what's coming. And I do think it's going to keep evolving to be a greater part of our lives. I just am not sold that it's going to be the thing. Like it's being assumed that it's going to be. And I don't even think that Mark Zuckerberg's involvement with Meta is sure to succeed either. I think there's a decent chance it could flop, and then they'll have to reorganize again. So we'll see. You know, let's come back to this episode in 12 months. That'll be very interesting, right? See where it all stands after that. Celeste coming in with just a little bit of a cameo. Hey, Mama Zombie. Okay, gotta go. Have a great show, Steven. Jeez, Celeste. I feel like she's just like, okay, hey guys. I'm just kidding. We love Celeste. Thanks for making a quick little cameo. She's decorating cookies with the fam. Well, that's certainly in the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas. We're going to talk more about Christmas. We're going to talk about Christmas movies tonight. We're going to talk about the best Christmas movies, and it's a lengthy list. It's not even a top 10. It's not even a top 20. We're going to list the top 50 Christmas movies of all time. I want to delve back into Christmas movies again. We're going to all talk about it. Why don't we just fast forward over there, guys? Why don't we fast forward over there? Why not, folks? Why not? Hold on. I got to plug my computer back in. There we go. I think we're good. No? Hold on. Hold on for one more day. You know Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, his daughter was Wilson Phillips. Brian Wilson. Wilson Phillips. Fun little fact for you. Fun fact. Fun facts. Fun facts. Fun facts. Tell all your uncles and all your aunts. Okay, let's go to the Christmas movie stuff, guys. And I'm pulling up probably the most accurate ratings listing available to us out there. That would be Rotten Tomatoes. They take the accumulative data from both the critics and the fans to come up with these ratings. Okay, and we're gonna go through all 50, guys. Are you excited? Are you excited to go through 50 frickin' Christmas movies? Well, get excited, folks. If you're not excited, get excited. I got some green tea. I'm doing just fine. We're going to get down to it. Let's see here. I know it's a bit of a slower night out there, but we're going to have fun. We're going to keep having fun here. Now's a good time to get your puppies claimed. So Doge X pretty much... I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think most every Doge X NFT holder gets free NFT puppies, and the artwork's really cool. They're really freaking cute. The thing is, you just got to get it when the gas fees are taking a nice dip there before you claim them. But I started claiming mine. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's a fun project. I just genuinely like the Doge X art. I think it's really, really cool. Speaking of Doge-themed NFT projects, I noticed that Billy Marcus is was brought aboard the advisory board of the Doge Pound. They're going to do some collaboration or something with his Blocky Doge line. I think that all this stuff, I think it all helps Doge in indirect ways, and we'll see. But I do think that all of these, most of it anyway, whether it's Doge X or Blocky Doge, or Doge Pound, I think once Doge starts finally ascending and getting in the news a lot more, and we know for a number of reasons, which I've laid out many times, that the first quarter of 2022, I think is going to be a massive window for Dogecoin worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. And I think once that happens, I think it's going to more than likely bring up the floor of all those projects as well. Frank says he's on that late night coffee tip. I'm on that late night green tea tip. Late night green tea tip. Yeah. I like my tea strong and bitter, just like my women. Okay, top 50 Christmas movies, guys. Get ready. Did Donna already dip out, or is she still in there? Donna says, I'm crabby. You know, I had a girlfriend who was really cute. She would cheer me up back in the day. And whenever I was crabby, she'd start going like this. And I go, what are you doing? What are you doing? She says, I'm picking the crab apples off you. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So turn that frown upside down. Let's get to the top 50 Christmas movies of all time. Well, I'm rattling these off. I want you guys in the chat to let me know if you've seen these movies. What do you think? And the more we progress in the list, maybe you guys can chime in on some movies you think should have been on that list. Okay, 50. Frosty the Snowman, 1969. Actually, that's pretty good. I've seen that. That's starring Jimmy Durante and Jackie Vernon and Paul Frees. That's a classic. I can't argue with that. Number 49. Mickey's Christmas Carol. Haven't seen it, but it's from 1983. Early 80s Disney style, with voice actors like Alan Young and Hal Smith. Jason Huffman coming in, helping to keep the lights on over here. $10 super chat at a red light. Good time to super chat. I agree, sir. And thank you. And green light, go punch it, pair. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. Slide Edge coming with a $2 super chat. Strong and bitter. Yes, indeed. Okay. I don't know if that's a real Chris Crypto or not, but it might be. What if Doge 1 mission is successful, but has no effect on Doge price? Just like the 420 event with Slim Jim, an SNL event, do you think we'll have our hopes up high for a reason? Look, I do think that that's a valid question. And this is something I've cautioned about repeatedly in the past. And I guess how I would address that now is, I think it's important not to put any specific dates on things. I think all of the things that are coming together for Dogecoin, specifically throughout the first quarter of 2022, is this. I think all of these things accumulatively are going to create an environment and a cocktail, if you will, a perfect storm, if you will, that's going to cause very positive conditions for Dogecoin to finally ascend and get things where we need it to go. But I would caution against specific event days, particularly when you have when it involves a project with as large of a market cap like Dogecoin, let alone a small market cap. We actually saw a great example of how that absolutely had devastating effects on a small market cap, putting a lot of pressure on a particular event, a particular date with Tiger King coin. So Tiger King coin, there are tons of expectation in relation to the launch date specifically of the Tiger King season 2 on Netflix. And then once people, and it doesn't even have to do that poorly. That's the thing. It can still look somewhat bullish on that opening day or that special event day. And it doesn't even matter, because if enough people are or have their expectations really high for things to go parabolic and it's performing any less than that, you're going to get a lot of panic selling. And I think that's really what was the main downfall of Tiger King. Now, I did read a statement from the development team, and they're rebranding, they're refocusing, they have new goals, and some new utility that they're launching that sounds interesting. I don't promote Tiger King. I never told people if to invest in it or not. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I will say that project's an interesting experiment. It's an interesting experiment. And it'll be interesting to see if it can recover. Sliding Edge coming in with a $5 make you holler. Percentage of Doge holders buy, hold, keep acquiring, hold masters to the moon. I love it. Thank you so much. Love Doge and the channel away. Appreciate your feedback. You bet, Chris. No worries. A percentage of Doge holders buy, hold, keep acquiring, hold masters to the moon. I guess I read that twice. A super chat's so nice, you gotta read it twice. Thank you so much, Sliding Edge. Appreciate you. Let's go to the next movie before we went on that tangent. The 48th best Christmas movie on this list, and I'm going to have to take contention with this for obvious reason. It's The Night Before, which I have seen, and it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which is fine, and Anthony Mackie, which is fine, and Seth Rogen. I can't stand Seth Rogen anymore. Not that I was ever a huge fan, but I especially can't stand him now. And I don't want to see him in another Christmas movie for the rest of my life. All the guy does, it's just the same shtick over and over again.
Weed, bro. Dude, weed, bro.
Like, okay. So, I've seen The Night Before. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's okay, but I don't think it belongs on the top 50. Just my opinion. Crypto Leprechaun, what's up, Steele? FYI, I voted for you for influencer who is most engaging and responsive to its members. I don't think you have not answered any of my questions. Oh, awesome. I didn't even know there was such a poll out there. But for those of you who may have voted for me in that, I just want to give you a thank you. Yeah, Santa Inc. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's keep moving, guys. Oh, Seth Rogen. I don't know who's gotten more annoying, Seth Rogen or Sarah Silverman. Actually, believe it or not, Sarah Silverman actually used to be incredibly funny earlier on in her career. She had this show right out of the gate called The Sarah Silverman Show, which was very irreverent and very funny. And she just turned into this, I don't know, this really judgmental, like, Karen grandma or something. Let's see. The Ref, 1994, starring Dennis Leary. Well, I like Dennis Leary. Kevin Spacey's in it. I don't know what to make of Kevin Spacey these days. I feel like he's one of those people you don't want to speak very badly about if you're in the public eye, if you know what I mean. So, I love Kevin Spacey. Yeah. Anyway, no, I genuinely like Dennis Leary. Very quintessential '90s actor, right? Is that guy still ticking? By the way, I know I've seen The Ref, but I'm not recalling it. Golden Grease are celebrating 6 months of membership. I love Doge. You rock, Steven. Hey, appreciate the all caps. Appreciate the 6 months of continuing membership. By the way, I'll take this opportunity to plug membership. You can become a member for as little as $4 a month. Guys, it's like the limbo. I can't go any lower than that. Yeah, I think you get a lot of value for just $1 a week. And then there's 3 different tiers of membership there. Just another added way you can support. You get some members-only content as well. And all those nifty badges and emojis. Who doesn't love that stuff? So just hit join below this video and you become a member. Would love to have, if anyone's not a member in here, consider it. Let's get to the next one. Number 46, guys. I better pick up the pace. This is a long list. I mean, 50 is a lot, isn't it, folks? This could get to be a very long show, especially if in between everyone I'm doing like tangents, right? Let's see. All right, guys. Number 46, The Santa Claus, 1994, starring Tim Allen and Judge Reinhold. Two guys I love. You know, some people, you can make the argument that Tim Allen is a bit too cheesy, a bit too corny, but I think it's all in good, wholesome fun. And guys, frankly, we could use some more wholesome entertainment compared to the, things that have been going on out there. Particularly when it comes to Christmas movies, right? We need to keep some wholesome entertainment there. So I endorse The Santa Claus from 1994 being in the top 50 list. Golden Greaser, again, thank you for the $5 super sticker with some hi-ya karate. I love it. Number 45, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Haven't seen it. 2020. What do you guys think? Abstractus Artemis, good to see you in the mix, says, I used to love the Santa Claus when I was a kid. What happened? Did you lose your Christmas spirit, sir? Sliding Edge coming in with a $5 make you holler. Secret Squirrel Confession, 2 805s, 2 Jack and Cokes, and 2 margaritas, 2 gin and tonics. This is quite the order. And 3 glasses of wine. Still, Steele, YouTube is best money spent. I love it. Sliding Edge is partying like a rock star tonight. It's got the stream going on as well. That's the super combo, isn't it? Super combo. So I love when people send me pictures of them watching my stream. They DM them to me. When you see it on the big flat screen, my mug on the big flat screen, it looks wild to me. But I love seeing that stuff. But I haven't seen. I gotta see that. I like Lego. I do like the Lego kind of stuff. So maybe I'd like it. Number 44. 2014's Happy Christmas. No idea. Starring Anna Kendrick. To me, this sounds like, Lena Dunham's in it. Anna Kendrick's cute, though. She's a cutie. Nothing against Lena Dunham, just not my kind of personality. So, sorry, I haven't seen it. Don't plan on it. Pass for me. Don't think it belongs in the top 50. No disrespect, Lena. Merry Christmas coming in at number 43, 2005. Starring Diane Kruger. Gary Lewis, has anyone seen this? Synopsis: with the advent of World War I, Europe is thrown into a brutal and vicious chaos as men are forced blah 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 around the holiday season. Anyone seen this? It looks like it could be good. Number 42, I have seen The Muppet Christmas Carol, 1992. Muppets perform the classic Dickens holiday tale with Kermit the Frog playing Bob Cratchit. Starring Michael Caine. Well, we gotta love Michael Caine. An English classic, an English gent. Silent Night, Deadly Night isn't in the list. I know that movie, Frank. It's very good. I love Silent Night, Deadly Night. White Christmas, the classic, coming in with from 1954, number 41, starring Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney. You can't argue with that. Of course it belongs in the top 50. Let It Snow, 2019, coming in at number 40. I feel like I've seen this. It looks like a Netflix-generated movie. I feel like it probably sucks. It probably sucks. Anyone seen this? Let It Snow, 2019. It looks like it sucks. Correct me if I'm wrong. My instincts are telling me, get it out of here. It doesn't belong in the top 50. Number 39, A Christmas Horror Story. I have seen this, actually. 2015. Starring William Shatner. George Buza. Directed by Grant Harvey. I say 2 thumbs up, way up. I love A Christmas Horror Story. I love William Shatner. I love the Shatner. And I love mixing suspense and horror with Christmas themes. 2 thumbs up, way up for A Christmas Horror Story. 2015 definitely belongs on the top 50. Number 38, folks, we're moving on up. While You Were Sleeping, 1995, starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, Peter Gallagher, and Peter Boyle. You know, this is just a personal thing. I'm not going to come down too hard on one side or the other. It's a rom-com. What do you want? It's a rom-com. It's a feel-good rom-com. That's either going to sit with you or not. So I am going to reserve from making a judgment out of having that film in the top 50. I'm going to take the pilot. I'm just going to wipe my hands of that one. I could see people liking or not liking that one. I don't think there's any right answer to that. Number 37, folks. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Gremlins, of course. Yes, I love Gremlins. As we make our way up the list, we'll see if it's on it, folks. We'll see if it's on it. So hang in there. Hang in there. By the way, if you haven't hit like on this stream, be sure you do that. Be sure you do that. And it's the number one thing you can do to help reach more people. So, okay, I think I'm caught up to what you guys are talking about in the chat, but I will keep checking it. Number 37, Anna and the Apocalypse, 2017. And the Apocalypse finds fresh brains and a lot of heart in a crowded zombie genre. Not to mention a fun genre mashed up by rootable characters. So it's a Christmas zombie movie. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Has anyone in the chat seen Anna and the Apocalypse from 2017? I can't make a judgment call on it either way. On its face, it sounds like something I'd quite like. I like zombies. I like Christmas. On its face, I should like it. But let me know. Number 36, A Charlie Brown Christmas, 1965. 1965. What do you say, folks? What do you say? A Charlie Brown Christmas. Definitely belongs. My only contention is I feel like it should be even higher up on the list. The classic Peanuts cartoons are awesome. The music, the presentation, the vibe, everything's just cool and groovy, right? So my only contention with the Charlie Brown Christmas is that it's down to number 36. I feel like it should be in the top 20. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Number 35, coming in starring none other than Billy Bob Thornton. It is a Bad Santa. Bad Santa, of course. I think it's well deserved. I like Bad Santa. It's funny, gloriously rude, and gleefully offensive. It belongs on the top 50. To me, that's a no-brainer. I wouldn't say it probably belongs much higher than 35, but I think it's, you know, it's crude, lewd, dark comedy. So just keep that in mind. If you're not up for that, definitely not for the kids, by the way. Definitely not for the kids. But definitely a few memorable scenes and classic lines in that one, which we will not repeat on this program. Number 34 coming in is Batman Returns. This is interesting. Very interesting. I've never considered this to be a Christmas movie, although the plot does take place around the Christmas season. It never occurred to me. And I say this as a big fan of the movie. I'm all for it. I'm all for it being there. Have you guys seen Batman Returns? 1992, starring Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I gotta tell you, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is... Nah. I mean, she does... Not only... I mean, she's gorgeous. That goes without saying. But her performance and her acting prowess is phenomenal. Just phenomenal in that film. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's see what's going on in the... Corey says Bad Santa should be in the top 10. It's definitely some Bad Santa action here. My super chat won't work, says Donna. Well, that stinks. I don't know how to help. I wish I could help you, Donna. My rent and bills wish I could help you. Okay, let's keep going. Number 33, The Bishop's Wife, 1947. I haven't seen it. Starring Cary Grant, Loretta Young. I've seen a lot of Cary Grant movies. I've never seen The Bishop's Wife, I don't believe. Very highly rated, number 33. I mean, what are you going to say? It's 1940s film starring Cary Grant. Without me seeing it, I will say it deserves to be where it's at. It deserves to be in the top Christmas movies. I think I can safely say that, given just the fact that it was made in the 40s with Cary Grant. Trading Places coming in 1983, starring Bill Murray. I mean, not Bill Murray. Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and Ralph Bellamy. Number 32. Again, didn't consider this a Christmas movie, but it does technically kind of take place around that time of year. I love the movie, so I'm not going to kick it off. I'm not going to say it doesn't deserve to be there. It's a hilarious movie from two hilarious, talented men. With a great director, John Landis, by the way. Great quintessential director of the 1980s. So I love Trading Places. Have you guys seen Trading Places? Zombie Doge Armor says, I agree Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. Zombie Doge Army also coming in with a $4 super chat, offering a nice Shiba Inu with a bow with a bone, a bowed bone. Thank you for that, Zombie Doge Army. Appreciate you. Yeah, Trading Places is awesome. Great soundtrack, too, by the way. Number 31, March of the Wooden Soldiers, 1934. I think it's safe to say most of us haven't seen this. Starring Stan Laurel and Hardy. That's who's in it, folks. That's who's in it. Haven't seen it. Don't feel comfortable commenting on it. I've heard of it. I know it's critically acclaimed. Actually, I have seen parts of it as a kid. But when you're a kid and you're watching a movie from the 30s, it doesn't quite keep your interest no matter how good it is. But I'm sure if I watched it now, it would resonate even more and I'd be able to appreciate its brilliance. And knowing what I do know about it, I'd say it's well-deserved to be on the top 40. So, yeah. Christmas in Connecticut, 1945, starring Barbara Stanwyck. Mr. Stanwyck! Can anyone tell me what that line's from? What movie? Dennis Morgan, Sidney Greenstreet, directed by Peter Godfrey. I have seen parts of this, but I don't recall. It's about a war hero who grows familiar with the this diary of the... anyway, whatever. It's pretty good. I have to rewatch it, though, because it's a little bit foggy. Number 29, 1951's Christmas Carol, starring Alistair Sim, Kathleen Harrison, Marvin Jones, directed by Brian Desmond Hurst. I think most of us have seen that one, right? Most of us have seen A Christmas Carol. Would say it belongs exactly where it is. It deserves to be there, right? Corey, he's like, where is Home Alone? I'm kind of wondering the same thing, but keep in mind, folks, stay tuned, stay involved. We're still, we just pierced the top 30, so it could still be on the list. It could still be way up there. In fact, for all we know, Home Alone could be in the top 10. Okay, going to number. Get ready, folks. Number 28. You want it, you asked for it, you love it, we all love it. It's an American classic and certifiably a Christmas movie, no matter what they say. It's 1984's Gremlins. Gremlins starring Zach Galligan. directed by Joe Dante. Brilliant movie, fantastic movie, a lot of fun. I'd actually classify this as a kid's movie too. I mean, not that you want to have your toddlers exposed to it necessarily, but 8 and up, maybe 10 and up, if you want to be on the cautious side. Gremlins, fun movie, great family movie. Gremlins in 3D, I bet it's a lot of fun. I'm sure they make it. Gremlins, absolutely 110% belongs in the top 30. No doubt about it. Let's see here. Let's see. Christmas Tale coming in with 2008. This seems like a chick flick to me. Christmas Tale coming in at 27, starring Catherine Deneuve. Hold on. I have to take this call. Yeah, I'm unlocking it. I'm live, but I am unlocking it, okay, right now. Sorry, guys. Just pause the interruption. I just have to take care of something very quickly on my phone. Just stay dialed in. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies. So what movies haven't I talked about that you want to see on there still, guys? Which movies are you still wanting to see? Which ones, folks? Okay, I'm almost done here. Got one more thing to do very, very quickly. Okay, we are all good. We're all good in the hood. Where did we leave off? Christmas Tale 2008. Anyone see this with Catherine Deneuve? Actually, isn't she like a... Yeah, she's a classic French actress, isn't she? Jean Paul, with a French last name I can't pronounce. So this is a French film. A sharp black comedy about a chaotic family holiday gathering. Okay, I take it back. This doesn't look like a chick flick. Just the packaging and the graphic design of the layout and the poster. It reminded me of like one of those made for a Hallmark Christmas movies, which can be amusingly atrocious, mind you. So I haven't seen it, but I bet I would like it. I like dark comedies. I have an appreciation for French cinema. I like Catherine Deneuve, so yeah, I would say it belongs where it is. I won't mess with it. Number 26, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think it is? You know it. You love it. It's an American classic. It's none other than the capital E, capital L, capital L, F. It is Elf, starring Will Ferrell, James Caan, and Bob Newhart. Bob Newhart, by the way, brilliant man. Brilliant comedic timing. He just knows how to do it. He just knows how to bring it, doesn't he? So Elf, can't argue with that. You know they actually make an Elf cereal? They actually make an Elf cereal now, because of course they do. It's maple flavored. It's got a bunch of high fructose sugar, artificial flavors, and a bunch of crap like that. Yes. Okay, so Elf definitely belongs where it is. In fact, you could probably make a good argument that Elf should be in the top 20, frankly. I think 26 is a bit modest. And that was actually directed by Jon Favreau. If that name sounds familiar to you, he started off as more of an actor. Really good actor. My favorite movie that Jon Favreau was in was from the early 90s, Swingers, with Vince Vaughn. One of Vince Vaughn's first roles. He starred in that with John. Swingers holds up really well. I mean, it's definitively 90s, you can tell, and stylistically, vibe-wise. But I'm saying as far as the quality of film, it's kind of like an extended love story of sorts, a coming-of-age love story. But a really funny one as well. Really good movie. Swingers really holds up the test of time. Donna Tabuki finally worked it out. $5 super chat. Test! Apple sucks. I don't know what hurdles that you are finding yourself up against, Donna, but it looks like you're getting it sorted, so I'm happy. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that you're progressing over there. Number 25, folks, The Man Who Invented Christmas, 2017. Author Charles Dickens finds himself in financial trouble after writing 3 unsuccessful novels in a row. I've seen the trailer to this. It looks like a classic extrapolation on the classic Dickens movie. I can't comment on it. Has anyone seen this? I can't say if it should belong in the top 25 or not. The Man Who Invented Christmas. Maybe it's like it looks like a kind of like a story about the life of Charles Dickens from start to finish. So I can't speak to it either way. Number 24, White Reindeer, 2013, starring Anna Margaret Holliman. Kind of looks like an indie-ish kind of movie, I would say. Susanna struggles to put her life together after a tragedy at Christmas time. Blah, blah, blah. I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard of it. But it looks kind of like an indie vibe kind of movie. Number 23, Tokyo Godfathers, 2003. Beautiful and substantive Tokyo Godfathers adds a moving and somewhat unconventional entry to the animated Christmas canon. This actually looks interesting. I would check this out. Middle-aged alcoholic Jin, that's his name, ironically. Teenage runaway. So it's a Japanese film, Japanese animation during Christmas time. 2003. Anyone see this? Whatever's going on in the chat, Angela or whatever, just everyone be cool. We're talking about Christmas movies. Just relax. We're talking about Christmas movies. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005, directed by Shane Black, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. This is pretty amusing. I never in a million years considered it to be a Christmas movie, but I think it's an amusing film. I think it's pretty well done. A little cheesy, in my opinion, but still a good kind of eclectic neo-noir homage. So it's definitely a kind of a self-aware movie. I do remember seeing this a couple times. What do you guys think? Do you think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, do you consider a Christmas movie? Do you think that it belongs in number 22? I'm not sure. I like the movie. I just don't know if it belongs on the list, particularly that high up in the list. I'm not sure. Number 21, Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, 2010. Never heard of this. Rare Exports is an unexpectedly delightful crossbreed of deadpan comedy and Christmas horror. I'm already in. You mix Christmas with horror, I'm probably going to like it. Even if it's bad, I'm still going to think it's good. Just like pizza. Directed by a name I can't pronounce. Okay, so I'm not going to take judgment on Rare Exports, but I am going to put a feather in the cap, and I'm going to watch that one this season. Ernest Saves Christmas, Humpty. I agree. Ernest should be in there. I feel like film critics wouldn't put Ernest in there. I think they'd be too snobby to put Ernest Saves Christmas in there. But we still got 20 to go. We are getting into the top 20, folks. Fasten your seatbelts. We are about to get into the top 20. We start at 50. Now we're getting to the top 20, folks. Who will be in the top 20? Let's start it off. Number 20, Better Watch Out, 2016, carried by a charismatic young cast. Better Watch Out is an adorably sinister holiday horror film. I'm in. Again, I'm in. Holiday horror, I'm in. That's just me, personal taste. It is what it is. I'm in. Does it belong in another 20? I don't know. Never seen it. But I love holiday horror as a genre, so I'm not going to fight about it either. Number 19, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, 2020. No idea. Looks like very much a targeted to kids movie. Starring Forrest Whitaker. Well, we love Forrest Whitaker, right? He's a very likable guy. Keegan-Michael Key and Hugh Bonneville, Annika Noni Rose. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you seen Jingle Jangle? To me, it seems like a stretch to put this at number 19. Not so sure what to make of it. It describes itself as a Christmas journey celebrating the Yuletide season with a holiday adventure whose exuberant spirit is matched by its uplifting message. Seems like, even for me, that sounds a little too just like ambiguously cliche. I don't know. It's got a super high rating at number 19. Anyone seen Jingle Jangle? I don't know. I'm leaning get it out of there. I'm leaning get it out of there. Shouldn't be on top 20. Someone's saying the chart's frozen. Is someone actually concerned about the value of Bitcoin right now? Hold on. Oh, hold on. I'll refresh it. Bitcoin's, it's actually made some strides since we've been going through this list. Nice big green candle up there. We'll put a close-up on it for you folks, just so you know you are looking at a 5-minute chart. So who knows? Maybe we can ascend and pierce through 50K while we're on there. Wouldn't that be something? Call it the Steele effect. Call it what it is, guys. We'll see where it ends up. Donna Tabuki coming with a $20 super chat. Third time's the charm. Charming. I love it. Thank you for keeping the lights on over here at the one-bedroom apartment. Donna Tabuki, love you, appreciate you. You know I do. There was an Ernest movie that had trolls in it, Alan said, that it scared the crap out of me as a kid. Isn't Jingle Jangle the drug on Riverdale? That's funny. I don't know, but that sounds funny. I'd say Jingle Jangle, get it out of there. It doesn't belong in the top 20. I'm gonna make that call. Number 18, 1983's A Christmas Story, starring Peter Billingsley, Darren McGavin, Melinda Dillon, directed by Bob Clark. Both warmingly nostalgic and darkly humorous, A Christmas Story deserves its status as a holiday perennial. I totally agree. A Christmas Story, 110% deserves to be on the top 20. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anybody who feels otherwise, I don't know how you could argue otherwise. It's so good for so many reasons. Christmas Story, we love it. We want some more of it. Totally deserved. Christmas Story from 1983, top 20 for sure. Top 20 material for sure. Number 1994, the 1994 rendition of Little Women comes in at 17. I'm familiar with the story. I've seen it in playhouses. I've seen it on the stage. And I know it's going to rub some people the wrong way. It's just me. Maybe it's because I'm like such a dude. Well, this, by the way, the 1994 version starring Winona Ryder, Gabriel Byrne, Samantha Mathis. I had a friend that hung out with Winona Ryder for about a month. And she stopped seeing him because she said he was too cynical and bitter. Which I think is, to her credit, I think that was fair, actually, now that I think about him. Anyway, Little Women, 1994, top 20 Christmas movie. I'm leaning no. At the risk of offending a few of you guys, let's pull it out of there. I can think of many more movies that should be on the top 20 Christmas movies of all time than 1994's rendition of Little Women. Now, let's get to a great film, because I don't need to rewatch the 1994 of Little Women to know that it doesn't belong on the top 20 Christmas movies of all time. Come on, Rotten Tomatoes, get it out of there. Now, a movie that definitely deserves to be where it is on the top 20. It is none other than Tim Burton's legendary, speaking of Winona Ryder again, by the way, with nothing against her, phenomenal actress, still doing great things, Stranger Things, etc. Edward Scissorhands, 1990, coming in at 16. Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder, Diane Weist, Anthony Michael Hall. Tim Burton directed. Brilliant soundtrack as well. Fantastic, phenomenal movie. And I would put it in a Christmas category. I think that's fair. Brilliant film in so many regards. Definitely belongs in the top 20. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Abstractus Artemis, thanks for joining me tonight. Good to see you, my friend. Hector the Dude, when he licks the frozen pole and gets his tongue stuck. it's so good, isn't it? It's so good. Don Tabuki has definitely a Johnny Depp affinity, we should say. So, along with, I think, most of the female population on this planet, to be fair. Happiest Season coming in at number 15 from 2020, starring Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Mary Steenburgen, and Victor Garber. Haven't seen it. I'm looking at it. I'm reading the consensus and the synopsis, and I just don't care. I just don't care. It just sounds very pedestrian and very in line with something that would be made for Hulu, and that's what it was. It's a Hulu production. That's a red flag. Hulu production in the top 20 Christmas movies. Get it out of there. I don't need to read anything else. No Hulu production belongs in the top 20 best Christmas movies of all time. Ixnay, no way, no go. Number 14, one that certainly deserves to be in the top 20. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's the claymation stop-and-motion classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964, a pinnacle of aesthetic taste and culture in Americana life, early mid-60s. Gotta love it. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a Yuletide gem that bursts with eye-popping iconography, a spirited soundtrack, and a warm, heartwarming celebration of difference. I agree. This is very well done. Burl Ives, Larry Mann, Billy May Richards, Paul Soles, directed by Maury Laws and Larry Romer. Well done all around. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the original 1965 claymation classic, definitely belongs in the top 20. What do you guys say? What's going on in the chat? Nightmare Before Christmas, a few people are saying, why is it in here? What's going on? Well, guys, we still have 13 to go. It could be in there, Corey. So hold on to your Hooters, guys, because we are going to get down to the final 13. What do you think will be in the final 13? Alvin's wondering, where in the world is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I'm asking myself the same thing. We've gone through 50 of these. Well, actually, technically, we've gone through 35 of these, 37 of these already, and Chevy Chase isn't to be found. What's going on in the world of Rotten Tomatoes? Don't know, folks. Don't know. I do think it belongs here for the record. Let's get down to it, guys. Number 13 is Claus. Claus, 2019. Beautiful hand-drawn animation and a humorous, heartwarming narrative makes Claus an instant candidate for holiday classic status. Starring Jason Schwartzman, J.K. Simmons, Rashida Jones, and Will Sasso, directed by Sergio Pablos. I haven't seen it. I kind of had it bookmarked as I was scrolling through Netflix the other day. I don't know. I can't. I feel like it's probably good, but not like number 13 good. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I bet you it's good, but I think it needs to be like, come on, let's not get carried away. I haven't even seen it, but I feel like Klaus needs to slide back and just it needs to calm it down a bit. We need to slide it back to about 29 or 30. Number 13, I don't know. When you think about every Christmas movie ever made, that's a pretty bold rating. Number 12, Arthur Christmas, 2011. Haven't seen it. What's going on in the world? Are these really the best Christmas movies of all time that I haven't seen? Arthur Christmas? Klaus? Mary in New York coming up with the $5 super chat. Thank you for your continued support, Mary. We always love to have you in the mix. We love Mary. Have you ever deleted my chats? No. Donna, no one has ever deleted your chats here. So many times, if there's a message that's retracted in the mix, that has nothing to do with my mods or me. Sometimes YouTube will automatically do that for various reasons. I don't know why. I don't know what sets it off. But I think I'm caught up on super chats, right? Anybody know if Rob Zombie made any Christmas movies? I don't know. I feel like I would definitely be down to see him if he did, though. Let's get to the next one, guys. We're almost to the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Are you guys excited? Is the excitement just out of control right now? Aren't you on the edge of your seats? No. I think half of you are probably laying on your sofas or in bed, looking at your phones like this, seeing Steven Steele is really excited about counting down the top 50 Christmas movies. What's going on? Number 11, Take It to Heaven, 110% deserved. It is Die Hard, the original, D-I-E-H-A-R-D, starring none other than Bruce Willis, directed by John McTiernan. there's always the timeless debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Is it not? There's no question. There's no doubt about it. There's no bout about it. It qualifies. It qualifies. Even by some technical rules, maybe it doesn't. It's wavered in. It's grandfathered in. Die Hard is a Christmas American classic. Fully deserved. Fully deserved at number 11. Absolutely. Number 10. Tangerine 2015. Starring Katina Kiki Rodriguez. After hearing that her boyfriend slash pimp cheated on her while he was in jail, a hooker and her best friend set on an adventure. Now it's making me click away. It's just too much. I really don't want to know the synopsis of this that bad. Take me back to this home screen. I'm good. Have anyone seen Tangerine? I'm not saying it's bad. I just haven't seen it. It describes itself as an old-fashioned comedy at heart. I'm not seeing anything that's Christmas-esque about it. Not in its synopsis, certainly not in its aesthetics. Number 10, really? Really, number 10? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me see if anyone has seen this in the chat. Super excited. That's what I love to hear. Okay, number 9. Let's keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving. I'm just keeping you in suspense right now. Number 9 is Carol. 2015. Teresa Bileve spots the beautiful, elegant Carol pursuing the doll displays in a 1950s Manhattan department store starring Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. Great movie. It just clicked. I have seen this. It's good. The aesthetics takes place in the 1950s Americana, made in 2015. The cast was pretty good. Cate Blanchett does a great job. Rooney Mara does a great job. Sarah Paulson as well. Directed by Todd Haynes, something like that. Anyway, great movie. Does it belong at number 9? I don't know. I feel like it doesn't belong at number 9, but we'll give it a pass. We'll give it a hall pass, because I do think it is a well-done movie. I wouldn't have put it at number 9, but I think it's well done. Number 8, Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944. Have seen it. Great film. Judy Garland, Margaret O'Brien. Christmas classic, 110%. Definitely deserves to be there. A holiday treat for all ages. Yeah, can't argue with it. I love it. Number 7, 2019's Little Women. What? In the word of Little John. What? We've got 2 versions of Little Women in the top 20. What's going on in the world? I disavow. This is madness. I haven't seen this version. I don't care. There's 2 modern renditions of Little Women in the top 20. Am I the only person that finds this rather myth? Are you miffed? Are you rather miffed like I am, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? Disavow. Doesn't belong there. Get it out. Pull it. Number 6. Number 6, guys. 1993. Starring Danny Elfman, Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, and William Hickey. That's right, folks. You know it. You love it. It deserves to be there. The Nightmare Before Christmas. The misadventures of Jack Skellington, Halloween's beloved Pumpkin King, has become bored with the same annual holiday and wants to spice things up. And boy, do they. A stunningly original and visually delightful stop-motion animation. Totally deserves to be there. Gives it the Steele of approval. You see what I did there? The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993, definitely belongs at number 6. 110%. Number 5 coming in, guys. Are you ready for this one? 1967. Directed by Chuck Jones. This made-for-TV Christmas classic special was based on a Dr. Seuss book. And it's about a Christmas-hating Grinch. That's right, guys. It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. 1967. Totally deserves to be there. I give it, again, the Steele of approval. the classic original version of it, 1967. It's great. It's got the great vibe. It's got the, I don't know, something about the animation specials of the 1960s is particularly beautiful. Particularly beautiful. So I give 2 thumbs up for number 5 there. This list is rigged, Mama Crypto said. Chris says, speaking of disavows, where's Randall disavows? He's usually in the chat around this time saying very weird personal things through chat. we love Josh Randall disavows. I don't know. I tagged him in the show. He didn't make it tonight. But he's a character, man. He definitely keeps it spicy. Number 4, The Shop Around the Corner, 1940. Starring Margaret Sullivan, James Stewart, Frank Morgan. Haven't seen it, but can't talk smack about it. I really can't. I mean, it's starring James Stewart, you guys, from 1940. It's probably an Americana classic. The aesthetics look awesome. I've definitely heard of the movie. I haven't sat through it. Can't talk smack about it. Probably deserves to be there. But at the same time, I'm thinking about other things I think should be there as well, as we're down to the top 3 on the Rotten Tomatoes list of 50 best Christmas movies of all time, guys. We're down to 3. Number 3, Holiday Inn, 1942, starring Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Of course, it belongs to be there. I can't argue with that. I have seen this film. It's just a brilliant slice of holiday history, folks. I give Holiday Inn, 1942, coming at number 3, the steal of approval. It floats with me. Number 2 is not going to come as any surprise. Frankly, the last 2 are not going to come. Well, the last one might surprise you, just to put you on a cliff note, folks. But number 2, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947, starring Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, and Udman Gwen, Gene Lockhart, directed by George Seaton. Yeah, it's great. I have to say, I feel like I don't have to see this movie anymore. I've seen it about 20 times. I've seen some amazing playwright versions of it on the stage. Amazing. Probably the best one at a amusement park called Silver Dollar City in Missouri. It's pretty good. I mean, it's really good there, surprisingly. Really good. But I can't argue with that. I can't say I'm going to be stumbling over to see it for the 20th time this holiday season, but I can't argue with it. And number one for the best Christmas movie of all time, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Any guesses? Going once, going twice. It is none other than, well, it stars James Stewart again, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore. Any last guesses? Yes, it is 1946's It's a Wonderful Life. A holiday classic to divine all holiday classics. I can't really argue with that. Now that we've got these out of the way, which ones do you think should have made it on the list that didn't? I definitely have a few in my head. Which ones are in your head? And we'll talk it out. We'll air it out. We'll talk it out. We'll vent. Because I know we're all a little bit disgruntled, right? There's some really good ones on this list, but I think there were some that deserve to be more than others. Did we really need 2 different modern versions of Little Women in the top 20? I feel like no. Hello back. Jason Huffman, oh my gosh, thanks for keeping the lights on over here with some big Doge energy. I love it. Thank you, Jason, coming with a $50 to make you holler for Steele headquarters and the Xmas movie list. Much entertaining. Thank you, man. Seriously, thank you for that bright, bold super chat on the screen. Jason, literally, it's super chats like that, guys, that even enable me to go live almost every night, or else I wouldn't be able to put as much time in this as I do. So thank you so much. Hugely humbled, hugely appreciated. Jason Huffman, thank you so much, bro. You've been a huge supporter from the start. Thank you. So there we have it, guys. The top 50 Christmas movies of all time. What do you say? I think I'm going to, the future of James Bond, I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow night's episode, because that's like a whole other thing that I think is fun to talk about. I got to tell you, that top 50 list went quite a long time, didn't it? But it was fun. It was fun. So we will tackle the future of James Bond tomorrow night. We'll just kind of roll it over, okay, guys? Yeah, I think, you know what? I'm comfortable putting a feather in the cap of this show. If there's anything else, if you got any other questions for me, feel free to put them in here. Other than that, I do see, as far as crypto stuff, market stuff, hang in there, guys. I think we're going to be back over 50K before not too long. I'm still very bullish on the first quarter of 2022 from Bitcoin all the way down. I think there's a high probability of seeing the most remarkable dynamic year in crypto to date, folks. Jingle All the Way definitely should have been in the top 50. What's going on? Fantastic. Phil Hartman, one of my favorite comedic actors of all time. Jingle All the Way should have been in the top 20. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Do your James Bond research for tomorrow night, says Frank. You better believe it. I'm coming with the research on James Bond. I'm a huge fan of James Bond and the Ian Fleming novels. And it's interesting. We'll have to see where James Bond goes. But there's definitely some chatter out there that gives me pause. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you got something out of it. Hope you had fun. If you know someone that might like the show, feel free to tell them about it. Shoot them a link and get them on board. I'm like the small rogue guy within this scene. I don't even have 5,000 subscribers, but we have a great time. We have a great time, don't we? Appreciate all you guys, each and every one of you. Until next time, this is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, signing out.